Well, hello and welcome to all of our viewers around the world. I'm Fiona Lang Sharp, IBCLC Director of Communications and MC here at Gold Learning. I'm so excited to be chatting with you all today because I have Megan Dunn with us here today, and she is going to be coming up live at our online Gold Lactation conference. And Megan, you're actually going to be doing an interactive extended presentation, 90 minutes on the clock, which is really exciting. But the really exciting thing is the topic. And Megan's going to be talking about diaper diagnostics, decoding infant elimination, which I have to say is got to be one of the best things that we could be talking about this year. It's been such a long time, I think, since I've seen, a really deep dive into a topic like this. So first of all, first of all, welcome back. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
And yeah, and also tell me why this topic? Like, why are you talking about this?
I've been a lactation consultant and I've been involved in infant feeding in some capacity for over 20 years now. And in those 2 decades, we have been talking about poop, and it's never quite sat right with me. We focus a lot about what goes into babies. And in the last couple of years, I've been really interested in what's coming out of babies, both in the context of reflux and most recently, stooling patterns. So I decided to follow my hunch, to follow my clinical experience and do some more research about baby poop. I feel like we don't know enough about it. And a lot of the things that we say about infant stooling patterns has to do more with repetition than the actual science. So I really wanted to spend some time and learn about baby poop.
That's awesome. So when you were taking this dive into the research and looking at all things that are relevant to this topic, did you find some interesting things yourself that you didn't know, that kind of took you down a little bit of a pathway as well?
Yeah, I think I did. I learned a lot more about how we can use stooling as a vital sign to see what is going on with babies. It's not just about counting wet diapers and poopy diapers to determine how well a baby is growing, although that's very relevant. It also is about learning about colors and consistencies and how stooling can be a symptom of a variety of things that is going on in our patients' bodies. It's become really helpful for me to be able to talk to parents about what is normal and what that range looks like, and when we actually need to make interventions because parents are very worried about their baby's stool. I know you're a lactation consultant, and I bet you've seen as many pictures of baby's poop as I have throughout the years.
Yes.
Um, so we're always looking at these photos that parents are sharing us, or they're holding open a diaper and they're asking us, is this normal? And I wanted to feel more confident to be able to actually answer those questions and through Gold be able to share this information with my colleagues all around the world.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for it because it is going to be interactive. You're going through some case studies, which is absolutely my favorite, because it really is about then I feel like I'm doing a bit of a ride along with you, right? And I think that's something we miss out as clinicians because we are so stuck into our own work and our own clients. It's hard to step out and then go work with one of our colleagues for, a couple of weeks to kind of see what they're doing. How relevant or I guess not relevant is the right word, but how interactive is the case studies that you found, how do they play out in terms of content for you and then sort of sharing, how you can sort of be guided by them in that sense.
Yeah, I'm really excited to share the case studies. So we're going to be starting by looking at frequency, color, and consistency. Another word for that could be texture of the infant stools. We're going to look at some really great meta-analysis that look at infant stooling patterns all around the world. And then we're going to take that information and we're going to start applying that to my real world experiences. I've anonymized several different patients that I've worked with over the last year. and probably last 2 years. And we're going to get progressively more complex as we go through. So I think there's really going to be something for everybody at all levels of knowledge and learning. And because it's interactive, I might learn something from those in the audience as well. We're going to be sharing and doing some interactive conversations as we go through the case studies and thinking about like, how do we ask questions? How do we learn more so that we can develop these care plans? And as we were talking a little bit earlier, I think it's kind of like a practice study exam because
Right.
the IBCLC exam asks
That's
questions in
right.
similar ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this will definitely test your knowledge, but I think also help you kind of take it to a whole new sort of level of critical thinking. Like you said, having the sort of confidence to really report back on, is this good? I know those times when I look at those pictures too, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not quite sure, right? So this will be a great opportunity to do some of that sharing as well. As part of your interactive session, we mentioned at the top of the hour that you are going to be actually speaking for 90 minutes, it just means that this extended presentation really helps us kind of get into the meat and potatoes of things and sort of really understand the topic. But you also sent in some pre-homework for the folks as well. So I know you remember when you sent it in, but now I want to tell you for your resources as well, Megan, it's actually up online already now. So folks will be able to log in and look at some of that pre-homework and do a little bit of digging themselves to just elevate their education, really, right?
Absolutely. So some of the resources that I shared in the pre-homework are going to give you some really good foundational knowledge for this presentation. And if you want to come to the presentation and really get into the chat and share with me like your highlights, what things did you learn as you looked through those resources, I would love to hear what our audience has learned by doing their pre-homework. I like reading research. I think it's really interesting. I included a few studies that I
Yeah,
think anybody at any level can get into and understand. And they're very informative for understanding like what are infant stooling patterns now, like these days, because as we have changed in our environment, our stooling patterns have changed as well.
right. Yeah, no, I know you're going to be talking a little bit about that historical factor too, which I thought that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about that. So that's going to be really exciting too, just to see how that's all tied in. Well, thank you so much. I'm excited about the pre-homework. I also love the research too. One of the things I find hard though is sometimes not knowing what research to actually read. You have pre-selected it for us, which is perfect for me. So thank you so much. So if you're like me out there, and you're never quite sure which ones to read, Megan's taken the time to actually post some. So you can find the interactive reading and content on the website in the interactive pods on the dashboard. So it's all there for you, all laid out. It's not required, but you will definitely take your education to a whole new level. And it's an opportunity just waiting for you right there, right, Megan?
Absolutely. I'm excited for everybody to join us as we talk about baby stool. I think it's going to add a lot to the value that you have for the families that you're serving.
Yeah, absolutely. Some more fantastic clinical skills. Well, thank you again to Megan Dunn for being with us here today. And don't forget to join us on our website at goldlactation.com, where you'll be able to find Megan's presentation and all the others that are coming up with our Gold Lactation Online Conference 2025. Thank you again for joining us here today and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye for now, everyone.